The Curious Mind.
Hey, welcome. So we've all gotten pretty used to AI that can, write an email for us or dream up a cool image. But 2026, that's shaping up to be the year that AI steps out from behind the keyboard and starts actually doing things in the real world. Okay, let's get into this because this shift, it's bringing some truly massive and frankly unexpected consequences with it. First things first, we have to wrap our heads around a huge change in what AI is becoming. For the past couple of years, the big story has been generative AI, which is great, right? It helps answer our questions, it creates stuff for us. But the future, that's agentic AI. And the difference is actually pretty simple but so important. Agentic AI is all about achieving outcomes. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it does it. And that single distinction is the key to, well, pretty much everything we're about to talk about. And that leads us right to our first big idea here. We are moving way beyond just a smarter chatbot. This is the beginning of an AI that truly, actually acts on its own. So what is agentic AI exactly? Well, put simply, these are systems that can plan and carry out complex tasks all by themselves. They don't sit around waiting for your next command. You just give them a goal, something like, book my entire trip for that conference next month, or handle all our basic customer support tickets, and it just figures out the steps and gets it done. And this is exactly why businesses are getting so excited about it. It solves something that's been called the Gen AI paradox. See, over the last few years, tons of companies jumped on the generative AI bandwagon. But the funny thing is, a huge majority of them, like 80% according to McKinsey, didn't really see a big impact on their bottom line. The tools were kinda neat, sure, but they weren't really changing the way business was done. Agentic AI flips that script completely. It's built to handle complex, start-to-finish tasks. It plugs right into a company's most important systems, their CRMs, their supply chain software, you name it. It doesn't just help an employee work a little faster, it can automate an entire workflow. And that is how AI finally starts delivering a real, measurable return on investment. It turns what you want to do directly into business impact. Okay, but here's the catch. This incredible new level of intelligence doesn't just appear out of thin air. It comes with a staggering and mostly hidden physical cost. And this is the first of those big, unexpected consequences we talked about. So that really brings us to a huge question. We see all the amazing digital stuff, the seamless automation, but what is the actual physical cost of making it all work? The real numbers here, they might just shock you. All right, get this. By 2026, data centers are projected to be eating up 1,050 terawatt-hours of energy every single year. To try and put that into perspective, if all the world's data centers were their own country, they'd be the 5th largest energy user on the entire planet, somewhere between Japan and Russia. It's just a massive amount of power. And a big reason for that comes down to a single click. A normal Google search uses about 0.3 watt-hours of electricity, barely anything. But a single question you ask a sophisticated generative AI, that's almost 10 times higher, around 2.9 watt-hours. So every time we use these amazing new tools, we're cranking up energy demand like crazy. So where's all this electricity coming from? Well, right now, about 40% of it is from natural gas, with another 15% coming from coal. So while renewables are definitely part of the mix and they're growing, the reality is that our AI revolution is still being heavily powered by fossil fuels. And the cost isn't just about energy. Think about it. All those computer chips generate an insane amount of heat, and they have to be kept cool. And that cooling takes a mind-boggling amount of water. By 2028, just the data centers in the US could be using up to 33 billion gallons of fresh water every single year. Okay, so we've got a resource crisis brewing on one hand, but at the exact same time, there's an even bigger digital security crisis gathering on the horizon. This is where two world-changing technologies are starting to come together, creating what you could call a perfect storm for cybersecurity. And please don't think this is some distant sci-fi future we're talking about. By 2026, we expect to see the very first early forms of AGI, that's artificial general intelligence. And just 2 years after that, by 2028, these systems could be showing human-level reasoning in specific areas. This isn't 10 years away. This is happening right now. The security challenges this creates are just profound. I mean, what happens when an AI makes a huge decision with no human in the loop? How do we make sure it stays aligned with what we actually want it to do? And if one of these autonomous systems messes up, who's responsible? These aren't just thought experiments anymore.
And slamming into this AGI risk is the rise of quantum computing. The threat here is frankly existential. A powerful enough quantum computer could, in theory, break the very encryption that protects basically everything. Our banks, our private messages, our government secrets. And get this, data that we encrypt today could just be scooped up and saved, waiting to be broken open by a quantum computer a few years from now.
So yeah, we have an energy crisis and a security crisis on a collision course. It sounds pretty daunting, I know, but it's not hopeless. So let's talk about how organizations can actually start getting ready for this incredible transformation.
The absolute crucial point here is that action has to start now, like today. Companies need to start planning their move to post-quantum cryptography. They've got to develop serious rules and frameworks for how autonomous AI makes decisions. This means designing totally new security systems, and maybe most importantly, training people with the skills to actually manage this new reality.
Because here's the thing, by the end of 2026, all of this stops being just hype. AGI and quantum computing are going to become real, concrete issues that have to be a part of any serious long-term strategic plan. The window for treating these as someday problems, it's closing, fast.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. There is absolutely no doubt that our world is being fundamentally remade by artificial intelligence. But the real question is, are the physical and digital foundations of that world, our energy grids and our security systems, are they truly ready for what's about to come?
The Curious Mind.